Whew. Let's have this right, Arsenal. You lot have got the perfect, I mean, the perfect route to the final. You have. You have. I don't care if you're going to try and refrain from the pressure or refrain from the praise and the thanks that the footballing gods are on your side, but you are definitely on the favourable side. You can at least admit that, because you're going to just see this as gaslighting, but I'm genuinely being serious and a little bit of gaslighting. But you man should be strolling to the final. No excuses. I don't give a damn. You man have to be in that final. You do. You're playing Leverkusen out the blocks. Yeah? You're playing the winner of Bodo Glimt and flipping Sporting. Then on the other side, you need to see what happens between Spurs and Atletico and Newcastle Barca. So at worst, you might end up with a Barca. But I'm sorry. This Arsenal team, that's the best in Europe, and you lot are so wicked and bad, yeah? You lot should be dusting down Barcelona. I'm sorry. Not dusting down, but you should be winning. You should be getting to that final. You're not going to get an easier path than this. Let's be real. I'll talk about some of the other English teams in a sec. But you can't deny that you man should be getting to the final. I mean, if you go out against Leverkusen, sackable offence for Arteta. If you go out against Bodo Glimt or Sporting in the quarterfinals, sackable offence. Sackable offence, bro. All right, cool. If you face Barca, I mean, there's no way Spurs are going to make it that far. No chance. They'll probably go out. They'll go out against Atletico. But if you make it and let's say it's, you never know, Newcastle against Barca 2 legs. You never know. You never know. But it'll probably be Barca. But then it'll probably be Barca Atletico. And then again, you'd probably back Barca. So you might have to buck up on a Barca in the semis, which would be tidy, mouthwatering. You had Real Madrid last year in the quarters, PSG in the semis, eventual winners. But I'm looking for the Arsenal that's grown. I'm looking for the Arsenal that has matured, that have learned from their failings, that can balance all of these different competitions for the quadruple. That's what I'm looking for. Now, don't get me wrong. I know all the comments in there. You're going to be saying, who did your team draw? Watching from the sides. Who are you playing midweek? I don't care. Yes, guess what? My team were absolutely crap last year. And as a result of that, I will be hate watching from the side equally for all the English teams. Because you see you, Matisse. You see you, Chelsea. You, man, got PSG. If we get past that, you might face Liverpool / Galatasaray. I think Liverpool probably win that over 2 legs. Then after that, on the other side, you got Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern. So you can hold that as well, Matisse. Yeah. Spurs, no point talking about you. No point. There really isn't. Liverpool. You're going to have to buck up on a Chelsea or a PSG. I hope it's PSG because I think you beat Chelsea over 2 legs in the Champions League. I'll be hate watching Liverpool, making sure that they go out. Last time they played against Galatasaray, they lost. Man City against Real Madrid, Hala Madrid. Hala Madridsters. Trent, Jude, Vinny, Mbappe, rise. Rodrigo, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, etc., etc. Rise against City. And that's going to actually, you know what? That's going to be an even game. That's going to be an even game because, you know, Real Madrid are up and down. They're not great at the minute. Man City, same type of vibe. So that's going to be an intriguing game. These games, as a neutral, these games are actually really good. I will say that. As a neutral that I just love football, these are the games I want to see. These are delicious. Like even Newcastle Barca, bro. That Newcastle give them a game. I know last time out, listen, Rashford had something to say about it. He dominated that game at Newcastle. He done them over. And you probably think it will be one too many. I mean, they couldn't even get the ball off Barca, could they really? So you'd expect Barca to go through over 2 legs for sure. But still, mouth-watering tie. You know, Atletico Spurs should be very one-sided, you'd like to think. Bodo Sporting, they've got an opportunity to get through. But Arsenal, Bayern, Leverkusen, Arsenal should be walking that with their eyes closed. And the same against Bodo and Sporting. So for me, Arsenal, minimum semi-finals guaranteed. And I'm saying you man need to be getting to the final. Anything other than that is a monumental failure. And if you couple that, it's got the opportunity to go really bad. Because if you couple that with maybe bottling the league, which I don't think you will, but if you do, big questions need to be asked. You've got this big, deep squad that's ready for every challenge. So we should see the very best of Arsenal. We should be seeing the ruthless nature of Arteta. We need to see him start collecting. At least get into the Champions League final to give yourself a shot. At least. Do you know what I mean? Because for far too long, it's, the draw was difficult. We have to face this, we have to face that. And listen, usually to win the Champions League, you got to face the best at some point. That's how it goes. It's the Champions League, okay? I know you lot have never done it before, but that's how it works. It's very difficult to win. But if you can ask for a favourable draw for a couple of rounds in terms of, you've basically just been given a bye twice. Of course, you got to win your games. I'm not saying be unprofessional because you can get turned over at any time. I understand this. But let's be real. Let's be real about this. Be honest with yourselves. Take out the pressure and the PTSD and all of these things. Take that away from it. Just look at it in a football sense. There's no way in hell you should be going out over 2 legs to Leverkusen. And there definitely isn't any way in hell that you should be going out to Sporting or Bodo Glimt over 2 legs. And Bodo, give them their respect. You know what I'm saying? They dunked on who was it in the last round? Inter Milan, put them out. I think they beat Atletico as well. They beat up Man City. So they obviously are a good team. I'm not saying take them lightly, but you should still be. If you don't, the crash outs would be warranted. It would be embarrassing. Let's be real. There can't be no excuses about that. So these are some mouth-watering ties. I think, like I said, Arsenal are the biggest winners. You're looking at their side of the draw and you're going, they should be absolutely fine. I don't see any of them teams as better than Arsenal. Barca is the one where you look at and you go, okay, of course it could be tough. It could be tough against them if they're in the mood. Mouth-watering tie. I'd love to see that. That's what I want to see in the semi-final. Arsenal-Barca. Which on paper, that's how it should go. The other side of the draw, I mean, that's the side of definite. Bayern, City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, PSG, all on one side. It's only really Atlanta and Galatasaray that are the gate crashers there. Do you know what I mean? That's tough. That is a, you don't want to be on that side of the draw. You don't. You know what I mean? But Matisse, you fraud. I hope you go out immediately to the champions. But PSG, listen, they've been up and down it. Monaco took them the stretch as well. Chelsea, weirdly, you see what they done to Bayern earlier on in the season. Not Bayern, sorry. Barcelona earlier in the season. So, you never know with their European heritage. Maybe they pull out something special. I don't know. And if they do, fair play. But we shall see. As a neutral, I'm eating. So yes, my team's not in it. We'll be in it next year. We're just kicking back. We're assessing the competition for next year. That's what we're doing. I'm on scouting missions, bro. That's what I'm on. Arsenal, no excuses. Better deliver.